Scene 3, take 10. Right, hold on. Much better. My name is Matthew Weathers, and I'm the heart behind the screen. Well, it goes back to when I was teaching in Bardwell. They had a large auditorium that sat like 100 students there, but it was this older auditorium where they had a chalkboard and then a screen in front of it. But there's actually quite a gap between the chalkboard and the screen, and somehow I just thought, what would it be like if I just walked behind the screen sometime and just hid back there right in the middle of class. But that kind of morphed into this idea of, wait a minute, I could do that while playing a video of me walking into frame. And so my first couple videos of that style were just really basic, where I was showing myself on the screen. I'd walk into frame, and then there was this big desk at that room where I could hide behind there too. And so I did things like throwing little plush toys out in the video, and then I memorized the script back and forth and do kind of like the in-person actions, hide behind the desk or hide behind the screen. The other key component was that I would practice 20, 30, 40 times just to get the timing exactly right, because I wanted to do it just right the first time. And then I just ended up thinking, what are different ways we could play with the idea of real life versus video and the intersection between those two things. There were some people who were not in the class that day, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna put it online somewhere. And so I was thinking, well, where can I put this for free? I don't have to pay for it. Oh, I can put it on YouTube. So I put it on YouTube and then sent the link to some students who weren't there. And then the next day, somebody from the PR office said, hey, did you know that your video got mentioned on this one blog? And 5,000 people have seen it. Within 2 weeks, I think it had gotten up to 500,000 views. A lot of news outlets would go see what's popular on YouTube this week and then write a little story about it. I think I have saved at least 25 different languages. And it kind of took on a life of its own after I did the first couple. In fact, Stu Olson, a media professor here at Biola, said, oh, you've created a monster. Once you create a monster, you have to feed the monster and you have to keep doing it. And sure enough, I did it for maybe 20 different semesters in a row. When people ask me, why do I do this? I think the basic answer is because it's fun. I like doing something interesting and unusual. I try to make my classes have something beyond just the raw subject of mathematics in it. I like to talk about logic and reason and theology and philosophy and mix all that type of stuff into my classes. And making these little prank videos was just a small part of doing that. If I can do something a little bit interesting in each of the classes or each of the class sessions, then I try to do that. One of the things that's been fun to do is to look through the comments sections, because there are typically thousands of comments on these videos. Most of them are fairly straightforward, like, oh, cool video, or how did he do this, or what's going on. So whenever I need a boost just to be encouraged, I look through those and see how many people love the videos and were impressed by what I did. Some people said, oh, I would have stayed in college if I had a teacher like this, or I would have liked my math class if I had had this teacher. So that makes me feel good. Just seeing what it has had an effect on other people, and that I was able to bring a little bit of joy for a minute or two in somebody's life, I think that's a kind of a cool thing. I think we're fortunate to live in a very interesting time in the world where anybody can post something online with just an internet connection and an interesting idea. You have the potential of having that worldwide audience. So I think that's an exciting thing about the world that we live in today. And in general, I think that this culture leads us to be reactive instead of proactive. They say, well, how do you decide what to do? Consider what you want to do. What do you want to do? Go do it. If you have something, go try it. If you want to make some videos, if you want to make some music, or write some interesting blog posts, put stuff out there, keep trying, get better at the craft and see what happens. It doesn't hurt to like play around and see what you can do. Be creative when you can. Be proactive about your life in general, and then go do interesting things in the world. It's kind of fun. There we go. Finally got rid of it. All right, thank you very much.